welcome to the Sports Bar and talkSPORT. I'm Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy is meant to be here, and he's not. Where's he gone? Cundy's not here. The show started. What are you doing? The show started, you shambles. Where you been? Do you mean sorry? It's a fine.
Has anyone seen Oktoberfest? Can you hear me, Oktoberfest? Can you hear me, German sheepdog? You're with hell of a beating BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Volkswagen, Bratwurst. Can you hear me, Verse? You're with hell of a beating contact lenses, German invention. Can you hear me, Currywurst? Brava. Can you hear me, Beethoven? You're with hell of a beating Gerd Muller. Where's Harry Kane? Can you hear me, Harry Kane? Kane, can you hear me? You're with hell of a beating Albert Einstein. Lothar Matthäus. Franz Beckenbauer, can you hear me, Bayern Munich? You're making one hell of a beating.
Absolute joke. You're a disgrace. PSG are through to the Champions League final. They'll be playing against Arsenal. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling about it? Good, bad, ugly. You have got PSG. 03717 22 Harry Kane doesn't win a Champions League. How's he feeling? You can have your say on that. He can put his feet up now, hopefully. Chill for the World Cup. We need him fit. We'll be ranking Cundy's top 5 beers as well after it's announced that Ryanair's CEO wants to put a 2-beer cap on airport pints.
You lot.
Absolute disgrace.
Charlatans, Ryanair.
And we're going to build up to a huge semi-final between Villa and Forest. Get involved in the show. It's the Sports Bar and talkSPORT. Hello, mate. How are you?
Oh, bit better
where'd
now.
you go?
Mate, I had to do a little dash.
Dash?
Dash, mate.
Dash for some cash?
Pebble dash.
Right.
Yeah, I know. It just come from nowhere.
Okay, you're right, though.
No, I am now.
All right, cool.
No, I am now. I've
You
recovered.
run out, and I didn't know where you went.
Yeah, sometimes, Anyway, move on. No one wants to hear about my pebble dash.
We watched a football match tonight.
We did.
It wasn't the greatest game that we all kind of were billing it. Obviously, the first time was, but this one was a
different game.
Different game, yeah.
Yeah, and I think what we saw in the first leg are two sides that aren't going to change their approach to a game. We're going to go toe to toe like two heavyweight boxers, slugging it out, landing the biggest punches they can. And boy, were there some punches landed last week. And I think that once PSG took the lead, and I think there's probably always going to be Luis Enrique's approach to the game. They didn't need to score the next goal in the game, but they did. Once they got the nose in front, I think we saw another side to PSG that actually, defensively, they're very good. They snuffed out anything that Bayern Munich had going forward. Elise hardly saw him, saw Kane bits and pieces, then the goal, but they snuffed out any attacking threat they had. And we saw a side there that's comfortable, out of possession. Talk about in possession as well. But Bayern Munich, they offered nothing really.
No.
Did they?
No.
There was one or two moments.
No.
I know people talk about the handballs, and we'll discuss that in a second.
It is handball.
I think, the penalty. The penalty, yes, handball. Yeah, I agree with that. But there was the other one where they got away with it a little bit. Was it Lima that was adjudged to have handled the ball? And I think Mendes handles it, and the rest already blown his whistle. There was that to go on.
A few moments. The referee weren't really on Bayern Munich's side tonight.
I didn't mind the way officiated. If he doesn't think it's a foul, and there were some questionable ones, but players go down now always looking for the cheap free kick, and he wasn't playing ball. He was like, you go down. I think Luis Diaz, the free kick that on the edge of the box where he gets bumped, it's a free kick. But Luis Diaz goes down, then he grabs the ball. I think referees give the free kick for handball. So he's like, no, I don't think it's a free kick. You can't referee the game for me. It was slightly weird, bearing in mind how we become so used to officials in Europe being so soft and giving free kicks for nothing. But I think if I was a gooner right now, I've seen a side to PSG because Arsenal defensively are the best side in the tournament. They are. There's no doubt about that. The record will tell you that. PSG showed tonight, actually, you can come up against... there was a stat going on until Kane scored. They scored in every single game this season, Bayern Munich. And it took them until the 95th minute to score the goal, right? Yeah. So I think there is a side to PSG that maybe we've underestimated a little bit. I certainly did. I thought the PSG... look, we scored... we were in the game at PSG. We scored 2 goals against them. And there was a period in that game at 2-2. We think Chelsea should be the side to go and get the next goal. But they've shown another side tonight. And I just wonder whether the Gooners have I'd be looking at that going, right.
How do you think they feel about it, Arsenal?
I don't think they probably care. I mean, they may have. I don't know. You have to ask them. I mean, two brilliant sides. I mean, it's 5-6. Now, that's the aggregate score, 5-6. They drew tonight. I thought PSG over the two legs deserved it. I thought they're better side. Kvaratskhelia, mate. I mean, wow.
Mr. Champions League.
He is he's
frightening.
Yeah. Elise on the other side didn't offer a great deal.
No, he had a quiet night tonight, Elise.
Yeah, but Kvaratskhelia, he is. Yeah, he's a free spirit. He does what he wants. He's got so much about him: physical strength, pace, power, vision. Makes the right decision more often than not. Makes the right pass or the right cross or the right shot. Yeah, he's an absolute force to be reckoned with, mate. Stop him. You got a long way to stop, not completely, but a long way to stop PSG.
Okay, well, look, Arsenal fans, I want to hear from you. Obviously, huge night last night. You've made it through. Now you know who you're playing. You're playing PSG. Are you happy? Are you not? I think it's probably the tougher game.
Maybe, yeah. Only slightly, I would say. But yes, I would suggest, because they're the holders and they've got a manager we're talking about a team here that, win it. They can go back to back. They've got a manager that knows how to win it. Arsenal don't know how to win it. Arsenal haven't been here. PSG have been here. They've trodden this path. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the real kicker, I would say, for PSG that they have over Bayern Munich. I know Bayern have won it in the past, but this squad hasn't. This manager hasn't. Luis Enrique does. Yeah. He knows how to win it. And that'd be the one thing if I was going to go, maybe I'd preferred Bayern.
Well, let's go to Justice. He's a Bayern fan. All right, Justice?
Hi, Justice.
Hi, guys. How are you?
How you feeling?
I'm all right, matey. How are you?
I don't know. I'm shaking, trembling. I don't really know what to say. It's been rough. I mean, I feel like it's. I mean, many teams have done a lot worse this season. Yes, we've won the league, but I feel like that's kind of not the expectation, especially with the squad like the one we've gone into the season. And I mean, we've known from the get-go, like it's kind of hard. We don't have the squad depth. I mean, what are we bringing on? We're bringing Davies, who's coming back from injury. I mean, we're bringing on freaking Nicolas Jackson. I mean, what is he going to do? Like, he's not going to save our season. He's on the wing. I mean, he's got no left foot. I don't know what the plan was there, but then again, I don't blame company. I mean, they don't have anything on the bench ever since Gnabry went down throughout the season. That's kind of what the risk you go in. But like, I mean, yes, talk about the ref. I mean, first leg, I don't know how you give a pen. I don't know if the rules in Germany, like I'm from Germany. I don't know if the rules are different there, but like I thought that if it deflects off of your own leg, it's not a handball or penalty. But then, I mean, if you give that, fair enough. But then how is this one not a pen? I mean, he clearly. Like it was a João Neves, Vitinha. I don't know.
Well, he kicks against his own player. That one, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Is there a different rule in the UK? I mean, am I like?
It's handball.
That is a pen.
It's handball.
It's a handball. But barring that, I mean, Upamecano, how many mistakes has that guy done today? And it's been the same over the course of the season. Yes, he looks good against freaking St. Pauli, like Boston team Heidenheim. Yeah, like you'll look good against them. But I mean, Kvaratskhelia 3v1, like they just played 10 man at the back, just pinged it up front, and they were through. Like you'd expect Bayern to win the ball off of them, and then I'm just fuming because. Olise yet again, like, yes, he was good in the first leg, but come on, like, we've got to do more there. And I honestly don't know what this means for next season, because we might win the DFB Pokal, but I just don't think that's the standard for a team like Bayern. Like, it's all about the Champions League, and we've clearly shown that it's not enough this season.
But you got beat by PSG in the semi-final. I mean, what, like, you're saying it's not good enough? Like, all right. You lost 6-5. Like, it's been an unbelievable tie.
Yeah, it's been an unbelievable time for...
On another night, it goes your way. Like, you're playing against the best team. They are the best team, PSG.
I mean, 6-5, you said it there, 6-5. How do you concede? How do you score 5 goals and not go through?
Because you conceded 6.
Okay. Oh my God. I mean, my friends warned me not to that you guys can make people lose their. I don't want to.
No, but look, you're digging out your club, and I get it. You're frustrated and you're upset, but you say it's not good enough. Like, you've won the league. You've got a cup final, right? You got a cup final.
We got a cup final against Leverkusen, yeah.
Okay, right. So you could do the double, and you've lost in the semi-final to the reigning champions.
The truth is, there was a 10-minute period in the first leg where this tie was taken away from you, where you're in it, and then all of a sudden, PSG stretched their lead. And then you've got to, and you clawed your way back into it. But then you look back over a tie, it wasn't that big a period that you lost the game. You're talking 10, 15 minutes. That's the only time that you got outscored over that period. And that's where the tie got away from you. You got back in it. And then tonight, you had to really score the first goal.
You can't concede after 4 minutes.
No, you had to score the first goal. That's the truth. You had to score the first goal.
I mean, the stadium was gone straight away. They killed the atmosphere straight away. I mean, that really hurt us. I also don't understand Company. A couple decisions. Like I said, Nicolas Jackson. I don't think you bring him on, especially not on the wing. Put Kane down in the 10, Jackson up front, like we've done all season when we've rested a couple players. Stanisic, I don't know why he's playing. I think it should have been Davies and Limer from the start.
Isn't Davies coming from injury? Isn't he?
But he started the first leg. Like he should have been fine. And also, how many games are left this season? Like, I don't think you preserve a player in when you're down 1 goal on aggregate. You don't preserve a player like that and then let Stanisic play. I mean, you could get Schalke, Timo Becker, like you could get all kinds of players involved. I feel like they would have done a better job there. So
you sound like you've took it well, Justice.
Justice, come on, mate. Yeah, Let's appreciate the call, bud. I know, we've all been there. We know what it feels like.
It's a horrible feeling. Listen, Justice, thanks for your call, mate. I'm going to go to Steve. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Steve?
All right, Steve-O.
Hello, Jason. Hello, Jamie. Love the show. And first, sorry, my name is Stephen. Only because if my mother hears this, she'll go crazy being called Steve.
All right, sorry, Steve.
Can I call you Steve-O?
No. Yes, you can. And Jason, I've actually met you before. I don't know if you remember. I saw you outside Stamford Bridge back in September 2024. Right. I was there for my late father's 70th birthday. Okay. So I kind of just saw you, and then we took a picture together. Okay. Even though as an Arsenal fan, I kind of have got a bit of a soft spot for Chelsea.
But say me.
Yeah.
Not Cundy.
Have you not got a soft spot for me?
No one's got a soft spot.
Hold on, Steve-O, mate. Steve,
no one has.
Oh, let's not Steve-O. No. Steve, you got a soft spot for me or not?
Of course I have, Jason. Again, as it's my first time on the show, I'm hoping that you'll go nice and gentle on me. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about. I watched the game tonight. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't call in yesterday because, firstly, I thought there's going to be so many Arsenal fans calling. Some of the calls you took. Yeah, some of the calls last night as well. I'm just like, seriously, I can understand why we get such a bad rap when I heard some of the.
What were the calls?
Just some of the things that we were talking about. Just we need to stay grounded in this moment. But I do think that PSG are obviously favourites. Like I really wanted Bayern Munich tonight. When I was watching it, I thought we're more of a level playing field if we had Bayern. I think PSG are definitely going into the game favourites. But I think for Arsenal, all we have to do is just do what we do best, defend resolutely. And then if we get a chance on the break,
long throw.
Yeah, or even if we get a chance, we've got to be really clinical in that. They are quite frightening going forward. But again, one-off game, you never know what's going to happen.
Of course. And look, Arsenal go into this game. Look, PSG will be slight favourites, that's my guess. Only slight. I'm not going, they're not overwhelming favourites, not at all.
I think they are.
Overwhelming. Give me the odds. Give me percentage Arsenal winning.
You want to give me the odds?
No, percentage.
I think I would go 70% PSG.
It's only 30% Arsenal.
Yeah. We're talking about the reigning champions here, the highest goal scorers in the whole of the league. Chelsea, Arsenal. Maybe I'm being harsh. You know what, mate? Maybe I'm being harsh. They're undefeated, Arsenal.
Yeah,
in the Champions League, they've conceded 6 goals.
I'm going to.
Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I'll go 69-31.
Hold on, let me work that out. 69 plus 31. One makes 70. 30. That's 100%. I'm going to go a bit more than that. I'm going to go 55.
So they're just.
Hold on.
Yeah, go on, figure out. Yeah.
That's 55% of Arsenal.
What, favourites?
No, Bayern. Sorry, Bayern. And then the other,
What do you mean Bayern? Bayern are out.
the other bit PSG. The other bit PSG. So 50,
What are you on about?
50 on PSG, and then the other bit
Why are you
goes to
confusing me? You don't say Bayern. Bayern are out.
Bayern are out.
So 55% PSG.
Yep.
So what's Arsenal?
The other bit.
What do you mean the other bit?
The other percentage. I'm going to go the other percentage. That's where I see it. I think PSG have got the larger lion's share, but not by a lot.
Well, I don't know.
55 on 55.
Yeah. Oh, mate, do me a
55, 45. I've done it.
No wonder you got no money.
45.
Yeah. Steve, listen, thanks for your
Cheers,
call.
Steve.
I want to hear from Arsenal fans. Are you happy? You got PSG? Look, here's one. Here's a question for you. You played PSG in the Club World Cup final.
Yep.
Pulled the pants down.
Yeah, we did.
Do you think Arsenal can look at that and go, right, we've got a chance here?
I don't know whether you can.
You went into that as underdogs.
No, we did. And we actually beat them, ironically, by playing long balls over the fullbacks. Sanchez put 2 long balls over the top when they're out of shape.
Arsenal did that last night.
Yeah, but they're more than capable. I don't know, because it was an end of, we're talking about the end of a season. It was this PSG side now, they're on fire. Absolutely on fire now. That PSG side, maybe there's a bit of fatigue creeping in, maybe caught them at the right time. Maybe Arsenal do the same. I think if I was a Gooner now, I'd be looking at that game tonight thinking PSG have got a side to their game where they can actually defend in numbers. A bit like Arsenal. They reminded me a little bit of Arsenal at times.
Yeah.
Where they've got bodies behind the ball. They congested the box, made it really difficult for Bayern to kind of... That pass into Harry Kane, those passes weren't on for large parts of the game at all.
No.
So it's going
They stifled Harry Kane. I know he gets a goal in the last minute.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tight game. I don't see a goal fest. I see one goal winning it.
Really?
Yeah, I think the first goal wins it. I genuinely do.
You see a 1-0 in the final?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Absolute stinker of a game.
Well, it might be, but that doesn't matter, does it?
Well, it does, for me.
It doesn't. If you win, it doesn't care. But I looked at PSG tonight. They nearly got over the line with a 1-goal win at Bayern. Just that one goal. And they nearly got over the line. Would not surprise me at all if you see something similar. Because Arsenal can counter. We've seen it.
Okay. All right. I want to hear from Arsenal fans. Get your calls in. We are hearing as well. talkSPORT understands that Arsenal are in contract talks for Mikel Arteta. We're going to discuss that next as well. 03 717 22 3344.